Welcome to Her Voice, My Heart. You're with Dr. Tatia. Her Voice, My Heart is a space for honest, emotionally grounded conversations between women, exploring love, healing, intimacy, identity, friendship, self-discovery, and the evolving journey of connection, vulnerability, and becoming. Through honest conversations, shared experiences, and intentional community dialogue, Her Voice, My Heart explores the emotional realities of lesbian relationships. Love, intimacy, healing, vulnerability, loneliness, communication, and the deep human longing for connection. This is a place for softness without shame, for vulnerability without judgment, for stories felt deeply but spoken aloud too rarely. Her Voice, My Heart affirms that every woman deserves a space where her voice is valued, her experiences are honored, and her heart is held with compassion. If you are a woman who loves women, this space was created with you in mind. Let's talk about it, softly, honestly, together. Her Voice, My Heart. You're with Dr. Tasha.
Welcome to Her Voice, My Heart, a space for conversations between women about love, healing, identity, connection, and emotional intimacy. I'm Dr. Tatia, and today we're going to learn a simple, tender practice I call the emotional map. 4 steps you can use to name what you feel, trace where those feelings come from, and tend those places in ways that invite more safety and closeness. Before we begin, a quick content note. If you feel anxious or overwhelmed while mapping difficult feelings, pause, come back later, or reach for support from someone you trust. Okay, let's breathe together for a moment. Slow inhale and out. Here's the core idea up front. An emotional map is not a how-to-fix list. It's a way to notice the weather of your inner world, label it without blame, and chart the paths that lead from old patterns to new, kinder choices. Think of it like a map you might use on a walk, landmarks, familiar turns, and a few safe benches to rest on. When you share that map with a partner, you're not asking them to solve everything. You're inviting them to walk beside you with curiosity and care. I'll start with a short story. A few months ago, I found myself snapping at someone I loved over something small, the kind of remark that would usually slide by. Later that night, I lay awake, embarrassed and confused. Was I jealous, hurt, angry? In that moment, I wished I had a map, a simple way to trace the feeling back through hunger, old wounds, expectations, and the tiny unmet need underneath it all. Instead, I spent hours replaying the argument and felt more lost. That evening taught me how useful it can be to pause and map rather than spin. That pause would have saved energy and invited connection instead of distance. So, what exactly is an emotional map? It's a compassionate 4-step practice. Notice, name, trace, tend. Something like hurt, shame, wanting, or fear without judgment. Trace meaning look back across time and relationships to see where this pattern shows up. Tend meaning choose one small, caring response for now, either toward yourself or toward your partner. This map helps women-loving women because our cultural scripts about softness and caretaking sometimes make feeling big emotions feel wrong. Mapping gives permission to feel honestly and to bring that honesty into relationship with clarity. Let's slow down into the first 2 steps, notice and name, and I'll give you prompts to try tonight. Step 1, notice. Close your eyes for a moment if that feels safe. Scan your body from your feet up. Where do you feel something? Is there tightness in the jaw? Butterflies in the belly? A hollow behind the ribs? Say to yourself, I notice. For example, I notice a tightness in my chest. Speak it like a gentle observation, not an accusation. Step 2, name. Once you've noticed sensations, try to place a feeling word on them. You can use a simple list. hurt, tired, annoyed, scared, lonely, longing, relieved. If you're unsure, pick a word that feels close and say, I'm feeling maybe lonely, or I'm feeling maybe hurt. Naming reduces the size of the emotion a little because the feeling becomes shared with language. Try this micro exercise tonight before bed. 60 seconds. Notice, then name. If you want, whisper it out loud to yourself. I notice, I'm feeling. That small practice builds a habit of clarity. Now the second half. Trace and tend. Step 3. Trace. Look for patterns. When did this feeling first show up for you? Is it when plans change unexpectedly? When a partner withdraws? When you feel unseen? Trace it across relationships and time, not to blame, but to understand. Ask, what story am I telling myself right now? Often our immediate story is an echo of a past moment. Mapping those echoes helps us separate the now from the then. Step 4. Tend. Once you trace the pattern, choose one small tending action. That could be, name the feeling to your partner with a steady voice. I noticed I felt lonely when plans changed today. Or it could be a self-tend, like making tea, sending yourself a kind text, or a 2-minute grounding breath. The aim is repair and safety, not perfection. If you share your map with a partner, you might say, here's what I noticed and where I think it comes from. I'm not asking you to fix me. I'm asking you to walk with me. That kind of message invites collaboration, not defense. A few troubleshooting notes, because maps can be misused. Common pitfall 1, using a map as a weapon. If you say your map in a way that accuses, you always make me feel, it can put your partner on defense. Instead, lead with your internal map, your sensation, your name for the feeling, your trace, and invite curiosity. Pitfall 2, over-intellectualizing. It's easy to get lost cataloging every origin story. Try one trace at a time. Pitfall 3, abandoning the tender part. Mapping without tending is like drawing a map and never visiting the rest stop. Always pick a small tending practice to close the loop. If things get intense, come back to a 1-minute grounding breath together. Inhale for 4, hold 2, exhale for 6. Before we close, here's a simple nightly practice you can try tonight. A 60-second map. 1. Notice. Scan and say the sensation out loud. 2. Name. Place a feeling word on it. 3. Trace. Ask, does this remind me of something earlier? 4. Tend. Pick one small act. Breath, a hug, a text to yourself. It takes under a minute, and it helps the map stay alive. Over time, those minutes add up to clearer communication and gentler intimacy. Quick recap. Notice the sensation. Name the feeling. Trace its pattern. Tend with care. Use the map to speak from curiosity, not from blame. If a mapping moment surfaces something big, trauma, persistent overwhelm, pause and seek support from someone you trust or a therapist. This practice is gentle, but some maps need a gentle guide. If this episode helped you, please leave a review. Your words help others find this space. Subscribe so new episodes arrive when you need them. And if you try the 60-second map tonight, send a note or a star rating to let us know how it went. Thank you for tending your heart and choosing to listen. Her voice, my heart. You with Dr. Tatia. Because every woman deserves a place where her voice is heard and her heart is understood. Let's talk about it. Goodbye for now.